I also had the chance, but because we're the host country and the most powerful country in the world, to make sure that we were treating countries in a way that signaled that we respected the dignity of the individuals who represented them. So, for example, I was the first ambassador who went around and just visited every UN mission, every country that has a mission to the UN, other than North Korea's, with whom we don't have diplomatic relations, rather than having them kind of come to us and stand back. And by virtue of doing that, I believe I gained a huge amount of support from those ambassadors just by showing our respect, by, again, seeing their individual worth as well as a respect for their countries. So when it came time to delivering tough votes against Russia, for example, on Ukraine or on LGBT rights, which are still not enjoyed by the majority of people, of course, who live on the planet, those ambassadors were my allies. They were fighting on behalf of the goals that we had, and that's the essence of soft power. So I think that, you know, playing soccer with the Latin American ambassadors, having the women ambassadors over for dinner or taking them out to a Broadway show, and seeing and hearing them, their interests, their values, I think that goes a million miles, actually, in reaping benefits for the United States.
Heroin, like we said, it's grown from the poppy. It's a natural plant. But fentanyl is made in a lab, and it's 50 times stronger. And so drug dealers will not use pure heroin. They'll cut their heroin with fentanyl because it's a way to save money. It's so much cheaper to make. It's so much more powerful. The problem is that the way they mix them together, like you said, it's not precise at all. It's not scientific. So these street dealers in St. Louis, one that I talked to, said that they would mix the heroin and the fentanyl using a Mr. Coffee grinder, you know, just the same thing you'd grind up coffee beans. But the problem is you can't do it precisely, and so one dose might be pretty weak, but another dose might be so strong as to kill someone. And that's exactly why so many people are dying from fentanyl, from street fentanyl.
I could not wrap my head around the fact that this idea about the broken black family was largely coined by a black scholar.
Right.
And I think everybody now recognizes how harmful that idea is, how it sort of justified the assault on welfare, how it justified the assault on black women, how it justified so many assaults in the latter part of the 20th century. And so ultimately I'm saying that I think that was the first recognition of it.
Yeah.
That I could not separate the intellectual genealogy of some of these ideas. But I think what was critical was realizing what racist ideas do to people. And I realized that no matter the racial group, when a person was anti-black, when a person thought that there was something wrong with black people, they spent their time intellectually and even in terms of organizations either trying to civilize black people, attack black people, attack everything but the real problem, which was racism, which was white supremacy.
Right, right.